President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden traveled to Lewiston, Maine Friday to honor the victims of a mass shooting last month. They visited a memorial set up at one of the two sites of the shooting that left 18 dead and 13 others injured. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe is following the president's trip.
President Biden and the First Lady walked hand in hand with Maine's governor this afternoon in Lewiston, a town still reeling from the massacre 9 days ago.
As we mourn today in Maine, this tragedy opens a painful wounds all across the country.
It's the president's fourth visit to a community upended by a mass shooting in the last 18 months. Buffalo, Uvalde, Monterey Park. And after each one, the president called for a new federal ban on assault-style weapons. And each time, nothing happened.
Injuries are devastating.
Dr. Tim Cunahan treated many of the victims at Central Maine Medical Center. He had one request today for the president.
Try and move the ball as far as gun control and mental health treatment.
But Breslin McNear, whose father Keith was killed at the bar, said stricter gun laws are not the answer.
Can't blame the item that was used for the person's problems. The person was the problem in this because of what they used to destroy lives.
Maine's governor is establishing an independent commission to explore why particular red flags about the shooter prior to the rampage weren't pursued and never reported to the FBI's threat center. McNear, who today saw a memorial to his father for the first time, says any follow-up report will bring little comfort.
There's nothing that's going to bring my dad back, worrying about the possibility of what could have been.
Ed O'Keefe joins me now from Lewiston, Maine. Ed, the president is once again having to play the role of consoler-in-chief. How was his visit received?
There seemed to be a great appreciation for the fact that he was here, Nicole, but once again, another community sort of rocked by the surreal nature of it. Why should the president have to visit for something so sad, so bad, and yet so common across the country? The two men you see in our report said they were grateful for the opportunity and happy to meet with him. But I was struck that Breslin, the son of the man killed at the bar here in Lewiston, said, look, nothing I say to the president today is going to really inform him or help him in any way because he knows this issue all too well. One of the other interesting things to keep in mind, Nicole, is that there's this new Office of Gun Violence Prevention that's been established by the White House, and they're responding for the first time now to a mass shooting by deploying its director here to Maine. He's been here since Sunday, helping coordinate the local, state, and federal response, assisting survivors and the families of the 18 victims. This is something we'll likely see going forward when another one of these happens somewhere in America. But the White House eager to point out the fact that they're trying to respond in a more coordinated way.
And you touched on this a bit in your piece and alluded to it just now, but this incident is again renewing calls for gun reform. Where did things stand? I know Congressman Jared Golden, for instance, recently reversed his position and now supports an assault weapons ban. Is that moving the needle?
Well, as you know, Nicole, as we all know who cover Washington, it's an issue that flares up again every time something like this happens, but then peters away because there's just not enough political will necessarily. I mean, all the other things that have to get done, and even the basics, of course, that are dominating time, like keeping the lights on. Getting the congressman from here in Maine, a moderate Democrat who represents a district that was won by President Trump, politically at least, in the raw political sense, is notable. But that's just one more vote for something that isn't likely to happen, at least not before next year's elections. And that's part of why Democrats believe they're going to continue to be able to campaign on this issue over the course of the next now 367 days until Election Day 2024.
And speaking of the 2024 election, how is this issue playing, particularly in the GOP presidential primary? We know there's another debate next week. Do you expect the topic of mass shootings to come up?
I'd be curious if it does, because, of course, there have been some there in South Florida where the Republicans will be meeting. And this is an issue that Governor Nikki Haley, Governor Ron DeSantis, and others on stage have had to deal with in a policy sense over the course of their careers. But the Republican line remains pretty simple. This is something that is caused by people who happen to pick up a weapon, and that alone isn't necessarily going to be enough to solve this problem. Republicans continue to focus a lot on trying to find ways to promote and fund more mental health programs, And there's bipartisan support for that. But what you won't see is any Republicans standing on that stage likely suddenly changing their position to say, yeah, there needs to be a new federal assault weapon ban. That would be a bridge too far for these Republicans who, of course, have to worry first about winning their base of support.
And in terms of that stage, how might next week's debate look different from the previous two? I know the field is starting to shrink.
That's the big difference for now, frankly. Vice President Pence, of course, will not be on stage. He dropped out of the race last weekend. For now, it looks like we'll only see 5 contenders there. And, of course, we won't see former President Donald Trump, who is scheduled to hold his own event there in the Miami area, about 20, 30 minutes west of the debate center in Hialeah, a mostly Cuban and heavily Republican part of Miami-Dade County. We shall see how his event and the debate generate headlines and whether that next debate, the third one now in the series, does anything to move the needle.
All right. Ed O'Keefe, thanks so much for being with us tonight.